Morning. The PSG chairman is now being investigated by Swiss prosecutors. In conjunction with an investigation into the former FIFA secretary Jerome Valcke. Now Jerome Valcke was Sepp Blatter's right hand man. He was his deputy basically at FIFA at the time. Now, while I'm reading this article, they relate to the sale of World Cup TV rights to Bein Sports, which Al Khalifi is the chief executive of. The Attorney General of Switzerland said it was investigating Valky for various acts of criminal mismanagement. So obviously there's corrupt payments or favourable, whatever. In a statement on Thursday, so yesterday, the OAG, which is the Attorney General's office of Switzerland, says that the proceedings involving Al Khalifi have been opened on the basis of its findings. It said right, here we go. It said it was suspected that Jerome Valcke accepted undue advantages from a businessman in the sports rights sector in connection with the award of media rights for certain countries at FIFA World Cups in 2018, which is next year in Russia, 2022 in Qatar, 2026 and 2030, two World Cups yet to be bid on and awarded. And then Al Khalifi himself individually has offered certain media rights for the 2026 and 2030 World Cups again. The authorities in France, Greece, Italy and Spain have also assisted with this investigation, and apparently it opened in March of this year, so it's taken a long time just to get to this point. They've interviewed Valcke as a suspect on Thursday. He was banned by FIFA for 10 years, although he's currently appealing the decision. And then the rest of it states that the Bein Media Group said its offices in Boulogne were searched this morning, or searched that morning, which was yesterday morning, and they basically refute all the allegations made by the Swiss prosecutors. That is basically the history of the story. Obviously, FIFA has had its own corruption scandals with operator, and they've even admitted that there was corruption involved, especially in the 2022 World Cup, awarding to Qatar. So that's the story so far. It's not good. The fact that multiple countries are involved in the investigation process, and it's started in March against this individual, and it's only now that the press know about it. I understand with ongoing criminal investigations that sometimes the media are not given information until necessary. I understand that. We don't want trial by jury, we want actually trial by a jury of your peers. But this isn't good. It backs up my viewpoint that there is too much money floating around, and the likelihood of corruption is there. But we shall see what happens with this. The article doesn't go in depth. It just states about how the then Secretary General of Valcke and Al Khalifi has off the books agreements that were favourable to the Bein Media Group, whoever it is called, over other broadcasters such as, let's say, Fox or Sky or the French TF 1, 2, 3, whatever broadcasters, Sky Europe, whatever the broadcasters were. They'd obviously agreed secretly before obviously putting the bids out, accepting the bids, that this media company would get the rights. Backroom dealings, standard. The thing is, there's still ongoing investigations against Sepp Blatter and other FIFA executives so we can't really comment too much. We don't really know what's going on. We just know that they were corrupt. This is another one. Unfortunately, PSG have getting themselves involved. I made a previous video on PSG earlier in the summer, well, about a month and a half ago, about the Neymar transfer, and my personal views on that. So I'm gonna leave the video there. But seriously, watch my Neymar video. It will start making a lot of sense, I think, because on that one I just said, was it good or bad for football? And I gave my reaction to it. And with the backdrop of this, and knowing now that there was an investigation going on for this individual since March, and this now explains possibly why the Spanish La Liga, because they obviously delayed the paperwork of Neymar for about 3 weeks. This might explain why there was a delay with his paperwork saying, right, he's now registered to Liga rather than La Liga. Why they delayed his registration paperwork to say you're now playing for a French club in a different league, and you have to register as a player, saying, right, squad registration, all that kind of stuff, tax purposes. It now explains possibly why they delayed his paperwork and withheld giving it over. If he was, let's say, a Spanish player or a French player or a German player, because he's an EU citizen, he can move freely to work where he wants. He's a foreign national. He's Brazilian. He has that passport, so they were well within their rights to go ooh and ah work permit, but this now possibly explains why they delayed his transfer. But anyway, we're going to leave that there. We'll follow the story as much as possible. I don't think there's going to be much more breaking on this for a while. The same happened with the Newcastle tax scandal, which also links into France as well with French clubs. That scandal broke in April. We had another little bit when there was a court hearing over future court proceedings and how that all works, and it was only last week that it was back in the news because the court proceedings have started slowly to start. It's going to be a lengthy process. There's a lot of paperwork to go through, but it took all summer for the story to get any traction, and before the media was released any more details. So this is going to be a slow burner. Well, I'm going to leave it there. Please like and subscribe if you're going way through. Please share. Please watch my other videos. There's some really interesting topics that I discuss. I'm on Twitter at thesportsbuffet89. And I shall have another video for you guys soon.